Okay, so I'm sorry for the breach, for the unsolicited break. Actually, let me put it that way. All right, so when I wanted to make this layer public the other time, such that everybody will be able to access it, this layer that I created earlier, Nigeria, this shapefile that I uploaded was private, and that was why I could not make this public. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. All right, so I was saying something like the other time that I was trying to. Can you hear me now, please? All right, so the other time I was trying to, make this feature layer public, such that everybody will be able to access it. This shapefile that I uploaded to create this layer was private. So before me making this, before I will be able to make this feature layer public, then I need to make this shapefile public too. So when I made it public, that's when I was able to make this one public too. So I think I just need to like clarify that before I proceed with the work. So right now I'm going to map. All right. So whenever you want to manipulate your data on ArcGIS Online platform, this content is just showing you everything you have on your profile, every layer that you have on your profile, everything you've worked on. So this is what this content is showing you. Then map is where you will now manipulate your data. Maybe you want to do analysis, you want to visualize your data. This is where you do it under map. So don't forget, gallery shows you everything that everybody has worked. So every work that is public on Africa Geo Portal, you'll be able to see it on gallery. So let me just go to map and we continue from there. All right, so this is your map layer, and this is where you can actually add your shapefile, add your layers to do some analysis and manipulations on your ArcGIS online platform. So right here you see details, you see hard, you see base map, and you see analysis. So whatever data you have here, you could always change the base map for it. You can have their details, the legend, you can have the analysis, you can analyze the data that you have here. So but before you be able to analyze your data, you need to bring your data in. So the first thing you do is, if you are not comfortable with this particular base map that you are seeing, then you can change the base map right here. But the first thing you have to do is, the shapefile that you uploaded, it's for Nigeria, so you need to like search Nigeria here, such that Nigeria will be the focus of this data frame, or you can just zoom it in right here. But I'll prefer to, maybe you are looking for, maybe if you are working on Ibadan, then just type Ibadan here, Ibadan, Nigeria, and then it takes you there. So this is Ibadan, Nigeria. But right now I'm working on Nigeria, so let me just search Nigeria only. So it brings the extent of Nigeria out for you, and this is what you have right here. You have the extent of Nigeria right here. So the next thing you do right now is, if you are not comfortable with the base map that you have here, just click on base map and select the map canvas that you want. So this is imagery, hybrid, street, whatever base map that you want to use on your work, you select it. So let me try. Okay, let me just try that gray. See how it's gonna look. All right, I think this should not be bad for the kind of data that I want to work with. Okay, so let me just stick to my dark gray canvas and work with that. So the next thing you have to do right now is to add the data that you have on your content. Don't forget, I said under your home right here, you have content which has every of the shapefile, every of the layer that you have hosted within your ArcGIS online environment. So what you want to do with this add is to bring in your data that you've hosted within your ArcGIS online environment. So just click on add and click on search for layers. So once you click on search for layers, every layer that you have worked on will be displayed right here. So can you see This is what we actually created today, 6/4/2022. So Nigeria population and COVID-19 cases. This is the layer that we just brought in from our ArcGIS desktop to our developers, then to content under in your ArcGIS Online platform. So these are the other layers that I've worked on before now. So you could actually search for as many layers as possible. So every layer that you have worked on will appear. So the one I want to actually work on right here is this. If you are sure of the name, you can type the name of the layer here. But since it has brought it, this is the last layer that I worked on. So just click on it. So once you click on it, it gives you another window right here. And then what you need to just do is click on Add to Map. So once you click on Add to Map, it brings it into this particular space for you. So we have our map right here. We have our map right here. So as I've said the other time, whatever thing you have in your attribute table will be displayed right here in ArcGIS Online environment. So you remember that I have this ID, I have DISO, name, and all within my attribute table. So that is why they are being displayed right here on my ArcGIS Online platform. So if you click on Maiduguri, it gives you detail on Maiduguri. Click on Adamawa, it gives you details on Adamawa. Click on anywhere, it gives you the details. So everything you have on the attribute table of this particular state will be displayed one after the other, one after the other. So that's why you need to be careful of the kind of information that you want to put on your attribute table when you're working with ArcGIS Online. All right, as I've said, you might not want to let your work end up like this. So don't forget we have two layers here. One is talking about population and the other one is talking about COVID-19 cases. So you can just come here and click on analysis. Once you click on analysis, you have your, this is details. Under these details, you should have your shape files. These are the two shape files. So the first one up here is for COVID, while this one is for population. Don't forget that we zipped these two layers when we are trying to bring them up into ArcGIS Online. So this is the one that is representing population right here, and then the one on top of it is the one representing COVID-19. So if you want to maybe do some analysis with your shapefile, then you can go away with this. So just come to analysis, you see summarized data. Maybe you want to look at the aggregate points, summarize nearby, summarize within, and all. But I'm not interested in that. If you want to find locations, if you want to data enrichment, proximity, you want to manage your data, maybe you want to dissolve the boundaries, you want to merge the two layers that you have, you want to overlay your layers, you want to extract data from your layers and all. But right here I want to just maybe analyze pattern. Let me just analyze pattern. Now what do I want to analyze pattern with? Let me just analyze pattern with COVID-19 data. I want to find the hotspot of COVID-19 in Nigeria where you have concentration of COVID-19. So I can just click on hotspot, then it's going to tell you which layer do you want to use to do this analysis. Obviously, I will use my COVID-19 field, or the layer, the COVID-19 layer. So let me just click on COVID-19 and then find clusters and high and low. That is the particular field that you want to find the hotspot, the high cluster and the low cluster. So, and that's my COVID-19 field, because this COVID-19 field has COVID-19 cases reported in each state in Nigeria. So divided by what? I don't want to divide by anything. So then the result layer name, you can just have it as hotspot COVID-19, or you can change it to anything. It is editable. So if you want to change it to anything, maybe COVID-19 hot and cold spots. So you can change it to anything I want, and then you save the result in where. That is, which account do you want to save your result in? So I think I'm cool with this. So just run the analysis. By the time you run your analysis, it's going to create a new layer here. Can you see that this is the COVID-19 layer, this is the population layer? So it's going to create another layer for you right here, such that you'll be able to view the end result of the analysis that you just did. So we're waiting for the operation to be completed, and we'll move from there. All right. So we have a new layer now for COVID-19 hotspots and cold spots. So this is the legend for that particular layer. This is the legend. You have, you know, um, the high clusters. These are the hotspots, and then the low clusters, which are the cold spots. Now I can actually do hotspots and cold spots for population too, where you have, cluster population, where you have, relatively low population. So I just come back here to calculate, analyze my pattern, or you can calculate this. But I just want to do a pattern analysis. Then you come to here, you have Nigeria population, because this is the shapefile that contains the field that you want to use for the analysis of population and distribution. Then you have your population. You have population as the field that you want to work with. Divide by none. Hotspot population. Let me just leave it as hotspot population. Then run analysis. So obviously it creates another layer for the hotspot population, just like it did for hotspot and hotspot of COVID-19 in Nigeria. So we can see this is the result. You have hotspots here in Lagos and Ogun State. Hotspot of COVID-19 in Lagos and Ogun State in Nigeria. So it means COVID-19 cases are actually prevalent in Lagos and Ogun State compared to other parts of the country, based on the data that we manipulated actually. So you need to get your data right for you to have accurate results. And don't forget, the data that I used for this particular analysis was cooked up. It was cooked up. It wasn't, a kind of reliable data. So when you want to do analysis, you use credible data. So these ones are just hypothetical data. I use hypothetical data for it. So this is the result for hotspot and cold spot analysis for population. So um, coming. All right, I think from there we could just uh, okay. All right. So apart from doing my work like that, I might actually come here to symbolize my data differently. Now, this is Nigeria population, and this is COVID-19. I might decide to use choropleth for my population. I might decide to use um, proportional symbols for my COVID-19. So how do I do that? This is, you see these options right here. The first option right here is show legend. You want to show the legend. This is how your COVID-19 is being represented, uniformly. And then this is how your population is being represented, just like we have here on your map layer here. So now if I want to symbolize my COVID-19 differently, I can just, come here. This is change style. So this is change style. Just click on change style. So right now I want to actually use proportional symbols to symbolize my COVID-19 cases. So I just click on COVID-19, and then it gives me options to select from. This is, choropleth map. This is proportional symbols. This is, you can actually use different options. You can explore the different options. So right here, I want to use proportional symbols for my map. So I just click select, and it gives me my map like this. So these are proportional symbols that are used to represent COVID-19 cases in Nigeria. So instead of, making it just, ordinary like we had before, we can actually use proportional symbols to represent COVID-19 cases across Nigeria. So if you want to, oh, sorry about that. Okay. So let me select it. So this is how it will be displayed on your map. This is how it will be displayed on your map. So you can actually, you can manipulate it. You can modify the appearance of your proportional symbols. You can modify the appearance of your map. You can, modify the appearance of every element that you have in your map. So you can invert the color, but I'm not going to do that right now. Then you can choose the data classification. Data classification. So how do you want your data to be classified? We have natural breaks, we have janks, we have equal interval, you have quantile, manual breaks, and all. But just use natural breaks. It creates classes based on the natural grouping of the data. Or you can use equal interval. It's just divide it. This equal interval divides your data into equal parts. If you click on equal interval, you see 0 to 1250, 1250 to 2500. You see the difference between 0 and 1250 is 1250, and then the difference between 1250 and 2500 is 1250. So it's going to you know divide your data. The difference between 2500 and 3750 is this. So it gives it equal interval. It breaks your data on equal interval. But let's use natural break for our data. And then if you want to do some other manipulations like transparency here, if you want it to be opaque, like completely opaque, you can actually have it right here. But just make your layer transparent so that your bubbles, the proportional symbols, will be seen. So let me just click OK and done. So you have your COVID-19 symbolized as this. You have your COVID-19 symbolized as this, and you have it here. All right. So the next one, let me just symbolize population too. Let me try symbolize population too. Population. So right here for population, I might be using choropleth. Let me just use choropleth for population. And you can use proportional symbol too, but it might not be ideal for this kind of work because we have proportional symbol already. So we are trying to symbolize two layers at the same time. Population under COVID-19. So let me just use colors to represent that. So you can actually change the color. You can invert it. You can manipulate it from here. You know you can manipulate your color here. So you can have the theme from high to low or from low to high, above and below, centered on extremes, and all like that. So you can do all sorts of manipulations right here. So you can make it transparent. You can make it 100% transparent, or you can make it a bit transparent, 50%, or you can make it completely opaque. So right now we'll make it completely opaque, so such that our two layers will be adequately represented. The first layer is here, that we used colors to represent, and that is population. We use color choropleth to symbolize our population, and then we used proportional symbols to symbolize our COVID-19 case. So this kind of work will reveal some interesting patterns. If our data is correct, if you have correct COVID-19 data that you plotted as bubbles, and then you have population that you plotted as choropleth, you can always use that to find the correlation between population and COVID-19. So you know in some cases in Lagos now, maybe you have a very very high population density, or let me say very very high population in Lagos state, and then you still have something like very big bubble that is representing high number of COVID-19 cases in Lagos. Then you can always say that, okay, high population corresponds to what? High morbidity, high COVID-19 morbidity. So stuff like that, you can actually use this kind of thing for them. So don't forget, we have very high population right here in Lagos, and then we still have very high number of COVID-19 cases. So you can always think along that line to do something reasonable with your data. So this platform is actually very very ideal and very very good for data visualization and data analysis. If you don't want to analyze your data from here, you can always come here. Here you see something like perform analysis. Instead of coming to here to do your data analysis or something. So that's about your analysis and your symbology within the ArcGIS Online environment. So the next thing I will have to do right now is to save my work. So let me just click on save as. Title. Let me just say Nigeria. Sorry, Nigeria. Okay, spatial distribution of population and oh sorry, I think there's a typo here. Population and COVID-19 cases across Nigeria. So don't forget when we're creating our layer within the developers platform, we had to like specify tags. So right here too, you can specify tags, something like maybe hotspots, um, COVID-19, population. You can use as many tags as possible, and then one is enough too. Then you can actually, give a description too, something like okay, let me just copy this as the description too, and then where you will save your work, and then click on save. All right, your work has been saved, so it will be here too on your layers within the developers.arcgis.com. That layer that you just this work that you just created would have been saved there. But right now I want to, I don't want my work to end there. I want to create a dashboard from this work. You can create a dashboard or a web map from here, but I want to create okay, this is a web map, but you can create a web application from this web map, or you can create a dashboard. So that's what I will do right now. So I want to create a a dashboard from my data, and then let me just click on share. So once you click on share, it brings you right here. So it's asking you currently only you can view your map, but before your link can be embedded, you need to allow others to view your map. So before you can actually embed your map as your as a web application or a dashboard, you need to make it public. So just click on everybody public, and members of this group obviously they have to access it. So sorry. So right now, once you have clicked on everybody as people that can view your work, then just click on create a web application. Now if you want to embed this particular work of yours, this work that you have done so far, if you want to embed it in a website, maybe you have a website and you want to, bring this your layer into the website, fine, you can, take it there. But right now I just want to put it, I want to upload it as a web application. So I just click on create a web app. All right, it's asking me what do I want to do. Do I want to do web application builder or a dashboard? Right now, I can select any of the two depending on what you want to do. Depending on what you want to do. So for me, I'll create a dashboard right now. I'll create a dashboard. So if you want to create a web application, fine. But I will create a dashboard. So just click on dashboard. It has specified the title for you already. Special edition of population and COVID-19 cases across Nigeria. And then you have your tags. Then you can create a summary like this this dashboard shows the okay spatial distribution of population and COVID-19, sorry, of population and COVID-19 cases across Nigeria. So this is my summary, and then I'm saving it in my ArcGIS account, and then I can click on done. So click on done, and it's creating my web application for me. All right, so this is our dashboard. This is our dashboard that we just created. So you can always manipulate your dashboard from here. Okay, you can see this add element icon. You can see layout, you can see theme, you can see settings, and you can see save. So Anytime you add elements to your work, just make sure you save them every time. Just make sure you save them every time. Maybe you update your layer, make sure you save and all. So sorry. Okay. Now, right here within your dashboard, you can still do some, manipulations. You can do some manipulations. The first thing I'm adding right now is my map legend. You can customize the appearance, the title. You can customize the title. You can edit it. You can, text color, everything. So you can, by the time you click on done, you will still be able to, do your normal, you know, movement and panning and navigation within this particular platform. So if you have uploaded, let's say 30 layers, every of those layers will be, represented here on your legend. Every of them will be represented right here on the legend. So because we have just two layers uploaded, that's why we have COVID-19 and then population, which are being symbolized already. So you could always, add so much elements as much as you want. You can add indicator, you can create pie charts, you can create gauge, list, table, details. I mean, embedded content, everything that you want to, put. You can even add another map, maybe another layer that you have created before now. If I have another map that I've created, I can always, add it to this particular map that I just created. So let me just try to add this malaria morbidity map to my layers. So click on done, and then it brings the layer. So you can have, as many layers as possible. This is one layer right here showing morbidity of malaria in Nigeria, and then this is another one right here showing COVID-19 cases in Nigeria. So if you have created 30 maps before now, if you have created 30 maps before now, you can keep adding as many maps as possible. Let me add another map. All right, so this is another map right here. You can always okay, so you can always rearrange you can always rearrange your work. You can always pan them, you can always take them to wherever you want them to be, but I don't really need them right now, so let me just remove them. I'm just telling you that as many maps as you want to add to your web application or your dashboard. This is a dashboard showing COVID-19 cases and population in Nigeria. So if you want to add some other, applications and dashboards that you have created, if you want to add them to this map, fine, you can still add them to this dashboard. Don't forget I said by the time you add new stuff, then this save button will become active. So just click on it and then save. All right. So you can actually, change the theme. You can alter the theme. You can background color for your element. You can specify. But this one is actually too deep, so you might not be able to see. So anything that you want to use to create a background for your element, so you could always do that. You can always do that. So you can always alter the background of your element. I think okay, let me just use something like this. Okay, let me use something like this. And then okay, now I'm on light theme. I can decide to use a dark theme for my dashboard such that everything here will become dark. So let me switch to dark theme. Let me switch to dark theme. Okay, what other thing do I need to? So anyway, I'll charge us to I'll charge us to do our diligence to explore ArcGIS Online. It is actually a very user-friendly platform. It's a very user-friendly platform. You can always do whatever thing you want to do on ArcGIS platform, ArcGIS Online platform. So you have map, you have your elements. So you have I mean, there are so much to be done with this. So, but for the purpose of this training today, this is what I want to achieve, and I think we've been able to, achieve it. So you can always add so many things that you want. Maybe a pie chart. If you want a pie chart based on what? Maybe based on population. Then category field. Let me say category field will be population. So that's created a pie chart. We have 37 states, and that is why it is looking so maybe some kind of rough like this. So if you click on this, you have each data represented right here. You have statistics. You can do statistics, you can do average, you can do count, you can do minimum day value, maximum value, and all with. So you can always play around the data, play around that ArcGIS online platform, and see what it has to offer you. See what it has to offer you, see what you can do with it. This is just a kind of introduction to the many things that you can do with your ArcGIS online platform. So